Alrighty, everyone. What is going on? It's time for Tough Enough. I think we're in week 8. We should be in week 8. We're in, one of the weeks, and it was a sad week for me personally, but we'll get into that. Um, Sorry about the video being late. It's like usually we do these on Tuesday, and it's like Saturday. Actually, it's Friday. Uh, so, well, technically it's Saturday. Anyway, you know, it's been a busy week for me. I've been at band camp. If any of you are in marching band, you know what I'm saying. You know how I'm feeling. I I would get up at 6:45 in the morning and then go to band camp all day, get home at 11, go to sleep, get up, and the next morning do the same thing. So it's been a busy week for me. I haven't really been able to watch anything yet. I'm still trying to finish Raw. Still just watch Tough Enough. So let's dive right into it. I think it's been pretty busy for both of us. Um, but let's dive right into it here. We started at the barracks, which I thought was pretty cool. Chris Jericho was spending some quality time with the contestants, which I thought was pretty cool. He had a lot of involvement in the show, which was a little bit different than usual. He had a lot of involvement with the contestants, which I thought was pretty cool. He was there with 2 pizzas and celebrating the final 6. Um, Amanda was upset because she just don't have the fan support like she thinks she should. Um, they had a kind of a debate about what the show is about. I don't even think we know what the show is about. So it's just how it is. We don't even know what the show is about. So I don't know how they're supposed to know either. And then he started asking about favorite matches, which is always a cool part. And he asked a couple of people. He asked Gigi, and she said Trish Stratus versus Lita. Nobody said Kelly versus Melina this time. So shame, 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 shame. I can't remember exactly what she said. I know she said Melina and somebody. Shout out to Ariane for that one. But ZZ said Triple H versus Brock in the steel cage when Triple H pulled the sledgehammer and it was all aluminum and golden and or not golden, silver, which I thought was pretty cool too. And Sarah talks about how Brock beat the streak with one of her favorite matches. So I like that all of these matches were relevant. I was waiting for that one match that was just off the wall though, but we didn't get it. I was waiting for that one match that was just like El Torito versus Hornswoggle, we OC, something like that. We OC. I don't know. I was waiting for that off the wall match, but we didn't get it. Jericho gives him a nice little pep talk. Then the contestants they get crunk. They have a little too much to drink, especially Tanner. Had a little bit more than he needed to. Jericho had to go in and trying to wake him up, and he was a little sluggish. But yeah, any thoughts on the return to the barracks first part of this episode?
Well, there's actually a part you missed before the barracks, before the show.
We had the video package on your boy. Is that what I didn't?
There have literally been people who have broken their neck in the ring that have not gotten as much concern as John Cena breaking his freaking nose.
You know what? You know what it is? You know what it is? Kurt Angle, he gets a lot of credit. He gets a lot of credit for winning the Olympics with a broken freaking neck. I don't. Yeah, I noticed that. I just skipped it because I was like, I don't know if this is because I watched it online, so I didn't know if this was like part of the show, or if this was like a precursor that just happened to make it to my video. So I wasn't sure like how it fit in. That's why I didn't say anything about it.
Yeah, no, they opened with it, and it was ridiculous. But I like this. I like this episode that Jericho was heavily involved in. Maybe they changed it up a little bit because maybe fans were complaining that none of the judges or the host has anything to do with the actual show. It's just the live part of it. So it was cool. Like you said, Jericho and Tanner polished off a bottle of Patron and Fireball. So and Jericho was just up in the morning. He was fine. That frightens me that he's just happy in the morning after polishing off a bottle of Patron and Fireball. I take a couple shots and I'm out. But anyway, yeah, it was cool just having them kind of talk in the kitchen, just what their thoughts on the show is, kind of getting his input on babyface versus heel. He kind of mentioned that he's won the title a bunch of times, and all of the times he was a heel. So that was kind of cool. Just talking to them. I was I'm still kind of upset, and this could be WWE kind of trying to keep everything in the PG era. But I noticed when people say their favorite matches, they never go past like 2000. There's never no one ever mentions any matches from like the 90s, which kind of upsets me because like there was so many good matches back then. But I mean, again, that could just be they're trying to keep the kind of PG era still going. So maybe they told them not to say anything like that.
My question is, whose favorite match was Hogan versus Andre? I know it was one person in there that was their favorite match, and they couldn't say it because of this whole Hogan thing. They couldn't say that was their favorite match. I know it was one person on there that was like Hogan versus Andre, and they were like, "We're gonna have to cut that out."
I'm surprised, especially since this week was storytelling. I would have thought somebody would have been like, Foley versus The Rock, because their feud was awesome. Especially storytelling wise. They had the empty arena match, which told an awesome story right there. Yeah, but it's weird that it's almost like WWE completely just forgetting the Attitude Era that kind of got them to where they are right now. But it was just cool seeing him just kind of hanging out with them and kind of coming down to their level, I guess.
Yeah. I was also surprised no one said the ladder match with Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon for some reason. I don't know. I just expected that one, but they didn't really ask a lot of people. I was what?
TLC? Anybody? Anybody like TLC?
But yeah, and I'm surprised that no one said a John Cena match. I don't know why. I just was really surprised that no one said it.
There's no John Cena matches. What?
But I wondered did anybody have like a CM Punk match or something that they couldn't say because of CM Punk's relationship. Like I've always been curious about that type of stuff. Like with these shows like this, like do you have to change your favorite match because of the kind of background issues with people? I kind of wonder about that type of stuff. But next, we got the storytelling kind of in the ring challenge, which is actually the only challenge in this show, and I actually felt like it kind of made the show feel shorter to me. Because like as soon as they got done with this, they're like, "Now it's time to vote," and I'm like, "I ain't been here but like 10 minutes." I'm not ready yet. Even though I couldn't vote, I obviously watched it late, but I was like, "Wait, what? All right then." But I once again I saw Jericho was helping out, and I noted that because I just thought that was cool. That Jericho was actually being involved because usually we kind of see him on the live edition, like we said. Sarah was being herself, and that seemed to be an issue. She was smiling during a lot of the stuff, and that for some reason seemed to be an issue. So during the challenge, they were kind of going through what they were going to do. They kind of did a little precursor to what they were going to do, kind of acting it out a little bit, kind of trying to figure out the storyline. The whole thing with the challenge was you tell a story, and it's kind of like you're doing your first match. And there was obviously an audience of NXT superstars, which I thought was cool. My boy, not the vending machine, but Bull Dempsey was there, and I was hype. That's the only one I really noticed. I noticed Simon Gotch. I definitely noticed him. I noticed who was the other one? I don't think it was Crow. I think I didn't notice Crow. I noticed Crow.
It was there.
Jason Jordan, he was there. I noticed him. But
I didn't notice like Kevin Owens or like Sami Zayn or any of them.
Yeah, or Finn. I didn't notice Finn either. I didn't see Finn out there, which I thought was kind of surprising. But Gigi and Tanner kind of had this "don't go breaking my heart" thing. kind of Tanner broke the heart of Gigi or one of Gigi's friends or something. ZZ and Josh, they had the David and Goliath thing going on, the underdog and the overpowering big guy going on there. Sarah and Amanda had the nice girl versus mean girl thing. Love the involvement by the judges in all of these, kind of helping them out a little bit. I like that. Um, Josh and ZZ, when they finally got to their match, it was I liked it personally. I love that ZZ could do some good things in the ring. I was talking to Justin a little bit just a few minutes ago, and he was like, "I I don't like ZZ because he's fat," and I was like, "Well, there's a lot of people that are fat, like, but it doesn't mean you don't like them. Like
Look,
my issue." What'd you say?
said, "Shut up, Justin. You're fat."
Yeah, I was like, Big Show's fat. like Mark Henry's fat. Like, there's a lot of fat people. You don't hate them. I was like, but from what I could see, I really like that ZZ. It seems like ZZ's good in the ring. Like, and I thought this match kind of showed what he can do, and it gave him a time to kind of recuperate if he's not as in shape as he's supposed to be. It gave him a chance to recuperate too, as he's selling the move, as he's trying to like crawl up the ropes to kind of sell the fact that he is the underdog a little bit. Um, the crowd was really riled up in this match, which I thought was pretty. I thought that was really cool. To see the NXT crowd kind of doing their thing, or NXT superstars doing their thing as fans. I feel like at times you don't always get to do that as a wrestler. It seems like you don't get a chance to just sit down and enjoy it like you might want to. Sarah Lee versus Amanda. The judges were still mad because of the smile of Sarah Lee, but they did give Amanda credit. Booker was not happy at all with Sarah Lee, and I was kind of like, well, at least she's comfortable. At least and she said even herself that it's just kind of the thing she does. When she's upset, she smiles. When she's happy, she smiles. When she's whatever, she smiles. I wish she would have told the judges that instead of whatever generic answer she gave them for smiling. I'm sorry, I won't do it again. Just tell them that that's just who you are. Obviously, you want to change it. She never said that. Even in the drilling later, she never said, hey, that's just who I am. That's just what I do. I feel like she should have. Tanner versus Gigi. I love the hip toss by Gigi. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, Gigi killing it. I love the hip toss. It looked really good, especially with Tanner being bigger than she is. She did fall though on I can't remember what she did. It might have been the body slam. She did fall, and I laughed. Um, and basically the kind of criticism of her was kind of know what you're doing before you do it. Before you're going in. Where she got booed when they announced her because she kind of came up as her bossy self. Um, so that was kind of the issue with her. They talked about Tanner not having a great like facial expressions, and I was like, well, Booker didn't kill him for not being a great character. So why can't Booker go kill Sarah Lee for smiling? Huh? Booker? Double standard? Huh? No. But yeah, I don't know. I just didn't understand that. If you're gonna complain about one thing, complain about the other. Josh did really good. They said the judges awarded the win to Josh, I guess you could say. And Sarah got the worst award, which I think was really stupid that she got the worst award for smiling. I mean, I didn't think she was great with some of her moves, but I felt like that was the only reason they did it because she was smiling. I don't think there was really any other reason. But do you have any thoughts on the competition? There was a lot going on, so I had a lot to say. But I let it out. And do you have any thoughts on the in ring
I did.
competition? The one that was in the ring. It was in like
I know which one you're talking about. I get it. I know.
it was in that little squared box that they wrestle in with the ropes and such.
Anyway, I like that Jericho was heavily involved in this, especially with them kind of working out their match, which a lot of wrestlers do anyway. They'll kind of work a match before they do it, which is cool. I like that they had the audience, which was the NXT superstars. It kind of it builds it up a little bit more, so you have that pressure to perform well. So ZZ versus Josh. I felt like when ZZ was trying to come pulling himself up on the ropes, I felt like Josh was too close to him. Like he was right on him. I felt like he should have been backed up a little bit to kind of let ZZ kind of climb up the ropes and then kind of I don't want to say Hulk up, but because Hogan, but you know what I mean. Like have that kind of come back a little bit, because he was kind of the David and the David and Goliath thing. That was my only little problem with that match. Sarah Lee and Amanda, I do see that Sarah does smile too much, which for her character is going to be an issue. I understand that that's her personality in real life, but like they said later on, she's playing a character. You're not being yourself. You're playing a character, and that you have to when you're in the ring, you have to get to business and not be all smiley. Tanner and Gigi, um, I love how they both got booed. That was kind of funny. But I like them together. They seem to work well together in this match. Tanner kind of made her look good, which I feel like he's one of those guys who is athletic himself, but also can make others look good. So he doesn't have that great of charisma or personality, but I think he can still make up for that in his in-ring kind of work that he has potential with. But I like this challenge. The only thing I didn't like was that I was kind of upset we didn't get any input from the NXT superstars. That would have been cool to see, to have them put, all right, to have that, all right, to have them give their kind of input, see what they would have done different, because they are learning themselves as well, but they are, more advanced than obviously the Tough Enough superstars. So it would have been cool just to kind of get their input a little bit, because it felt like they were there for the matches and they were gone. We didn't even see them leave. It was just like, where'd they go? But it was a cool challenge. I hope we get more challenges like this where it's more kind of getting them ready for what it's going to be like, not just empty ring and with nobody watching them except for the trainers.
I was trying to give my input on your input on their input. No, I don't know what was going on. It was just freaking out for some reason. It was going all Tommaso Ciampa on me, all Luke Harper or something. It was going crazy. I don't know why. But yeah, I agree with you. I think Tanner did make Gigi look good, but Gigi always looks good. So, there's no making her look better. It's just how it is. Just how it is. But next we get the Tanner and Josh hanging out.
Who got eliminated? Who was that again? Who?
Well, she didn't. That's because Miz couldn't save her because she was hot. That's what it was. Miz had already used his save. So so that's what happened. But we get Tanner and Josh having a moment, playing pool, just talking about the going ons and such, what's been going on. That's kind of all I got from it. We got Gigi and Amanda talking about tweets. Some of these tweets were really rough. I was like, dang, these people are struggling, out here. I was upset though, because they didn't talk about any of my tweets. They didn't talk. I'm not that mean of a person, but they didn't talk about any of my tweets. They didn't talk about my love for Gigi or anything like that. They didn't talk about me adding Gigi on Snapchat and she still hasn't added me back. They didn't talk about that. None of that. None of that. They didn't fill me in. They didn't make me feel important as a fan. So upset. And then we'll get to You want to talk about that stuff first before we get to your favorite part of the show, or what?
Let's just get to it. Let's just. I don't really have anything to say about the bromance between Josh and Tanner or the tweets.
The bromans? Yeah, I didn't see Robbie E or Jesse
No,
here.
no, bromance, not bromans. No.
Oh, okay. I may have saw DJ Z in the crowd, maybe. But next we got Casey's favorite part. The judges. No, I'm just kidding. His actual favorite part. The actual favorite part of this particular show. His boy, Mr. Hustle Loyalty Broken Nose himself, John Cena. Where's my Cena shirt? I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. Where's it at? It's in the closet somewhere. But Casey's favorite part, John Cena. All that. He came out there. The music was playing. He was hyped as always. Yeah, nice orange shirt on. I like that orange shirt. I might go buy it. No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna buy any more John Cena shirts. I've taken too much ridicule already. But I kind of like the orange shirt. I thought it was pretty cool. He talks about how he's ready to get back into action and all of that, and he talks, kind of talks about Tough Enough being a story. Kind of compares Tough Enough, the storytelling thing to their story, as the journey and all of that stuff. He says, I think maybe I should leave my decision to the judges as far as if he's gonna accept Seth Rollins' challenge uh, coming at SummerSlam, and he asked Daniel Bryan. He says, "Do you have a one-word response that may be a catchphrase?" And he said some words, and Daniel Bryan obviously said yes. The yes chant started, and there we go. I don't know. I felt like this was too geared towards Cena and Rollins on Raw than it was the contestants. But I think he did, when he did talk about the contestants, he gave them a nice little pep talk. Considering he is the greatest of all time, 15 time, soon to be 16-time world champion, soon to be positively regarded on this channel, at least by me, in this Cena rant coming up. But Casey, I know this was your favorite part of the show. You've been waiting all week for this. You were so excited. You made me take this show because Cena was on it. You were so excited. What are your thoughts on John Cena? Doing his thing up there. He didn't give the signal though. That's my only issue. He didn't let us know. Who he was. We wouldn't have known unless he would have thrown the signal out. So it might not even been him. It might have been his twin or something. Thoughts?
I don't understand why we needed a John Cena promo on here, because that's basically what it was. It was a John Cena promo for SummerSlam. That's what it was. No, but my issue with, I don't have necessarily a problem with him, being on Tough Enough, trying to, help younger stars. Okay, that's fine. But this guy has been their top star for what they think is their top star for the past 10 plus years. And he doesn't even actually do anything with them in the ring. He doesn't even really talk that much about the show.
He's got a broken freaking nose.
It didn't look broken to me.
Surgery.
It kind of looked like this was pre-recorded. I don't know when they record this show, but I think it's actually pre-recorded. I think. But anyway, no, but he could have done something in the ring, like storytelling with them in the ring. Like, it doesn't, I don't know. I don't like that they didn't do anything, and he's supposed to be their top guy, I don't know. I didn't like it about that, and I didn't like the same thing with the Big Show one, that he was just on the live show. He didn't do anything at the barracks. He didn't do anything at the training center. And I don't know. I think it takes away for me. It takes away from the show. but I don't know. It just, besides that, it just seemed like like I said, a promo for SummerSlam. I don't think they really got what they could have gotten out of a guy like John Cena. They could have gotten a lot more kind of information, input, kind of insight, and they didn't. So I kind of felt bad for them. I felt like they could have had somebody else come in and they would have got a lot more out of it. And that's not even me hating John Cena. That's just the fact that I felt like he didn't really do much, and just thinking about past seasons too. Like most of the time when they would have a guest star, they would, be doing something with them in the ring. And I feel like they're kind of slacking on that this season.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean,
I
I
think
think
gonna mute
gonna
you.
mute you.
But I think he could have just came out there, did his sign, and left, and I would have been satisfied. No, I I I kind of like this, but I kind of felt the same way. It was kind of promo-ish, and I wish they would have allowed him to get in the ring. I know the broken nose may have changed plans a little bit. I don't really know, um, but I did. I think it is important to have John Cena on a show like this, just because he is, you know, known as the biggest star. If you don't know anybody in WWE, you know him. I just feel like, and it's one of those idolizing type of a things. You may not love the guy, but as a person trying to get into the business, he's kind of the guy you want to go to. I mean, regardless if you like him or not, he still has taken the ball and ran with it, as they would say, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Getting a little bit into my Cena rant right now. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. Don't worry. I'll wait. I'll wait. But next we got Casey's actual favorite part. John Cena came back, baby. He came back out there. He cut another promo. No, he did. He didn't. He hit the AA on all the competitors. No, actually, this is Casey's actual favorite part: the judges and the drilling together. The judges drill the competitors and stuff like that. So they talked about Tanner being robotic, and kind of learning about his learning curve in general with the charisma thing. And they didn't really understand it. I agree. I think he's kind of a steep learning curve for him for that. Um, as an MMA fighter, you don't have to be as out there as a wrestler, I feel like. And I think that's kind of how it is. You can kind of be reserved as an MMA fighter, but I still feel like the some of the best MMA fights are with those people who aren't like that. You look at, for example, Chael Sonnen versus Anderson Silva. One of the probably my favorite fight of all time, because Chael Sonnen can talk his butt off. You know, um, and I feel like Tanner needs to get a little bit of that in him. A little bit of that. Like, you don't have to be cocky about it. Just show a little bit more personality. Next, we got ZZ and Sarah talking about how they weren't afraid of the bottom three because of the fans, and they kind of talked about it more as being, yeah, we do have the fan support, but still, it's concerning being in the bottom three, especially more than one time. They talked about how ZZ had good facial expressions during the thing, kind of comparing him to Tanner, where Tanner doesn't. ZZ did. And then Gigi, they talked about how she was supposed to be cheered rather than booed. So, do you have any thoughts on any of those? The drilling, your favorite part?
Yeah. As far as Tanner, I mean, I have mixed feelings with it because some of my, especially, pre PG era, back Attitude era, kind of, some of my favorite guys were sort of in a way like Tanner. Guys that some of them had MMA backgrounds, some of them were just, good, technical workers or just good in the ring. That kind of necessarily didn't have the best, charisma. Guys like, I mean, Ken Shamrock was one of my favorites. Steve Blackman, I loved. They necessarily didn't have, that charisma that you would think of these days, nowadays with like John Cena and, whatever. And okay, Roman Reigns, jeez. But they still got you excited about the match. You still had good technical work, which I feel like Tanner can have really good technical work. He's obviously a good athlete. I don't know. I feel like WWE kind of leans too much on the charisma. You don't necessarily have to have the most charisma in the world to have people still like you. ZZ did really well this week. They all kind of agreed. I feel like more so than past weeks where ZZ sucks. He's fat. You're fat. Hey, fatty, you want a cheeseburger, fatty? That's what I feel like they say with poor guy. Leave him alone. Anyway, and Gigi, I don't understand how you don't know how to. I don't know. I feel like Gigi has the same issue as John Cena has, but opposite. John Cena doesn't know how to, make people hate him or intentionally try to make people hate him. He does it anyway. Gigi doesn't know how to make people like her. So it's kind of the same thing, but opposite. Well, that's just because you bought the shirt because it was on sale. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you bought the shirt. Anyway, no, I mean, I'll give her credit. Like, it is easier to make people hate you. It's a lot easier to be a heel because all you have to do is you just insult the fans, come out with that kind of mean kind of demeanor. In a way, it can be harder to kind of make people like you, but she just did it all the wrong way. She came out with her bad girl kind of gimmick or that she has, which she should have known right off the bat not to do that. I don't know why she did. But this week seemed different, especially with the fact that ZZ did well and they were praising ZZ. They don't do that much. But yeah.
Alrighty. So we're down to the bottom three. And I'll give you a hint. ZZ wasn't in it. So there you go. That's all you get. That's all you get. That's the only hint you get. That's it. that's all you get. So we got the bottom three. It was Tanner, Sarah Lee, and Gigi. Now, if I would have voted during this one, I would have put all 100 of my votes into Gigi. But I couldn't because I watched it today. So the person that got eliminated was Gigi.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, she's so good though. Darn it. But yeah. Gigi did get eliminated, and I was a little upset just because I've been cheering for Gigi since week one. I don't think I picked her. I don't remember who I picked in my in my pick the very first week. I know I picked Josh, but I have no idea on the girl side who I had picked. I know it wasn't a man. What?
My pick got eliminated before the show started.
Well, that's true. That's true. That did happen. I think we both were really high on her though too. But yeah, like I've grown to like Gigi. She is I guess you could say a dick sometimes. just though I guess she comes off that way. I think she does come off that way. She didn't really have a great connection with the fans, even though there was a ton of people tweeting at her afterwards saying that they're going to be upset that she's gone and all that. But yeah, I was just I thought she did really good. As far as in the ring is concerned, and I kind of it makes me interested to see what would have happened if it wasn't like a fan vote. If it would have been like a judge's vote or maybe like a host vote. Like in previous seasons, like what, or maybe a trainer's vote too. Like what would have happened? Because I kind of feel like Patrick maybe would have lasted a little bit longer, and I also feel like maybe Gigi would have lasted a little bit longer. I'm not too sure. It's kind of something that you kind of have to think on in your imagination. But yeah, Gigi did get eliminated. I cried a lot. I used all my tissues, so I'm gonna have to go get another box. Casey, besides, yes. What are your thoughts?
Well, if we could have a moment of no, we're not gonna have a moment of silence. Yes, yeah. Sorry. I don't know. I wasn't really a fan of Gigi, but I mean there was others that I didn't like more that have been eliminated past. So I don't know. This week was kind of tough. I didn't necessarily want anyone to. There wasn't any one person that I was like, okay, this person needs to go or
Amanda.
that needs.
Amanda.
I mean, except Amanda, but she's hot, so the Miz, like, I don't know. But I don't know. It's surprising that it's kind of down to Amanda and Sarah. I feel like the fans will. I don't know. I would hope the fans would like Sarah more. I don't know. I just something about Amanda just kind of. She's too much like the typical diva. I want something different. Which Sarah Lee isn't that much different. I mean, she's kind of that like good old girl, kind of girl next door type, which we haven't had in a while. So that I don't know what that was, but all right. And then we still have Tanner, Josh, and ZZ. So it'll be interesting to see who goes next week because obviously it's going to be a guy. So it's two girls and two guys remaining. So it's just kind of going to be interesting to see who goes. It's getting scary now because we're down to the wire, and people that you like, they're kind of there's not as much room for them to be safe anymore. Like my boy ZZ. There's only three other guys that or two other guys that can go, and I don't want any of them to go. I would love to see all three of them get contracts. ZZ, Tanner, and Josh, because I feel like each one of them could bring something kind of interesting to WWE, at least NXT.
Yep. I would agree with that. Obviously, Tanner's got to go next week. It's just a true fact. I don't care if you picked him. I don't care if you thought he had some.
No. Sorry.
I don't care if you think he's had some sort of an it factor. You said the same thing about Baron Corbin, and he can't fall out of the ring. So, so there you go. I want to see ZZ and my boy Josh. Yeah, that hurts every time I do it. Josh in the final two, cause let's remember, I picked Josh from the start, and he's gonna win unless ZZ wins. If ZZ wins, I can't cry about it. I can't be too upset. Please, WWE Universe. If they take it out of WWE Universe's hands and make Miz be the only vote, if you vote for Amanda, I will quit watching this show. Which, well, wait, by that time, I guess it'll be over. But anyway, Anyway, please, I don't want Amanda. And if we do have Amanda, I'm always trying to think about the positives. If Amanda does win, let's just team with Dana Brooke because they're the same freaking person. I'm just saying they're the same person. That's why Casey loves her so much because she's just like Dana Brooke. but but yeah, that we had the art of storytelling type of a thing going on here with Tough Enough this week. It's getting down to the wire, like Casey said, and yeah, our favorites are kind of either being eliminated or on the cusp of it, maybe. So you never know. I hope ZZ can have another good week because like you said, I'm kind of tired of them putting him in the corner and saying that he's fat and saying Justin that he's fat, you know, because that's not cool, man. That's abuse. That is abuse. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy. I will see you guys later. GG, love you. No, she's not dead. She's fine. GG, see you on the flip side or something like that. And I'm excited for next week to see who gets eliminated on this boys end of things. So if you haven't already, push that button. It's a good button. Not the stop button. I'm gonna push that in a minute. Press the subscribe button. Press it right now. Go follow us on Twitter. Press those buttons too. All that. All that. You do that. All that. We got some stuff coming up soon. We got all the reviews for this week. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. And we got football stuff coming up. I don't know about it this week, but maybe next week. Some soon. Some soon. So I'll see you guys sometime in the near future. Peace. Bye.